Winter is here, it's cold, long nights, short days. Kids are at home with their parents. This is an opportunity to spend time with your kids and talk. A lot of eating, a lot of indulgence in the coming weeks. But how do we make the most of it, of spending time with our kids during winter? Assalamu alaikum and welcome. This is the only way up. So this is an opportunity to really sit down and sit with the kids. They can't run off to the park. They can't run off to the gym. They can't run off to the shopping center. It's too cold. It's too wet. How do we take this opportunity to chat, discuss, and spend some good time with our children over the next few weeks?
Yeah, thank God, Shani. So you're definitely right. It's that time of the year. You're going to be spending a lot more time together. It's the holiday period, and obviously it's pretty cold outside, so people want to stay in. I think there's a couple of things. I think one conversation that definitely has to be had. Look, it's Christmas time, yeah. So Christianity, religion, Santa Claus, the snowman. It's really a good time to talk about how religion, what it's been turned into, and what it should be. We believe in Islam. We believe in Isa Islam. We believe he received revelation like our Prophet ﷺ received revelation. So I think it's a good opportunity really to build the correct view of Isa Islam, Christianity, what happened historically, and what it's really turned into today. Because there's very few things that happen over the winter period now which are directly linked to Christian text. It's been very corporatized. It's become very Coca-Cola, to give it a term. So I think that's definitely one conversation that's due. I think it's a good opportunity for parents really to really get in line with, how are their kids seeing things, what's on their mind, what challenges are they facing. um, you know, for us, what challenges we face could be very different to what our kids are. So it's actually a good time to spend time with them, just get to see what they're thinking about, where their minds are. And then thirdly, I just think it's a good opportunity. You've got to open up your kids' horizons. Kids are young, they're looking at what's in front of them. You really want to show them that, how should the world be? How should things be? Why are they not like that? What are the causes for these? How should the world be? Really building them that, we need to build a better world. We have come to bring something to people. Things can be better. So, these can be deep discussions, obviously, but I think it's good to just open up your kids' horizons because, at the moment, people just hate politicians. They hate the system. It doesn't work. However, why is the system not working for people? Why is it collapsing? What can they be? What other systems are there? So, obviously, there's plenty of time now with the winter period to discuss this. But yeah, I think those are amongst the number of conversations that can really be had.
Yeah, and I think I think too many lives are very similar to the weather and the season here. Very dark, very cold, and it's leading to a lot of fractured lives, fractured personalities. They're walking through life in this harsh environment, this harsh world, where there's no care, where there's no consideration, where it's go, 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 where there's no time to actually have a deep sense of what's correct and what's wrong. I think in this time where everyone's off, you're together. Yes, okay. The conversation is a bit about the football results, a bit about the UFC fights, a bit about these sort of things. No problem. Okay, that's all done now. Actually, let's talk about things that are going to be valuable for them going forward and in their life. And when you read surahs like Surah Yusuf, the story of Yusuf al Islam, when you read Surah Luqman, um, you know, look, that's an open nasiyah for any father or mother to give to their children, to their child. And these are the conversations that may be missing nowadays in terms of not practicalities, not practicalities of life, not how to manage time, but actually what's important, what's right, what's needed, how do you survive the pains of life, how do you stay as a good personality in this world of fast moves, in this world that takes no prisoners. How do you get through this and stay with a good peaceful mind, a good peaceful heart, though on the outside you may be wearing ripped clothes? And I think this is what's needed, because the personalities that are being made are not fit for the world. You know, it's very broken, very rigid, very one-sided. Don't know how to handle relationships. Don't know how to handle situations. Don't know how to think about situations. Don't know how even have to. Don't know how, even how to have a view on some situations. So I think these surahs are good for parents to reflect on. That what am I that actually what else do I need to build in my child? I've made him, you know, punctual, I've made him smart, I've packed his timetable, but there's something missing in the personality, there's something missing in his soul, in his deep personality. And I think these surah Luqman, Surah Yusuf, and the navigation of life, um, not in terms of practically, but in terms of doing the right things in the right moments, with the right approach. I think these are good conversations to have over the winter period, where people can reflect, they're not distracted by what's going on outside, and you can have good discussions. And I think for as parents, it is important not to shy away from this. You know, our children, they live in this society. The way this society has made people hide things, keep things away, keep things quiet, don't say things, just bring your grades home, make sure the police are not knocking on your door and everything's okay. And sometimes as parents, we can have a false sense of security that the grades are good, there's no complaints from the teachers, there's no police coming down. Uh, Everything must be okay. No, actually, there's a lot going on in a child's mind, in his head, how he's viewing things, how they're formulating opinions, how they're deciding what's right and wrong. And I think if that sit down and them chats regularly, repeatedly, and age appropriate don't happen, then before you know it, it's going to be too late fighting battles, trying to fix something that's become a bit too rigid and a bit too deep inside them becomes very challenging. So I think these winter months are a opportunity for parents and children to sit down, have discussions, have chats, formulate some views, um, give your view on things. They may not agree, but it's going to be sitting in them and they can reflect on it and think about it and take it forward. So, Jazakallah khair. Leave your comments below. How are you finding it talking to your children? Any advice that you can give, please leave a comment below. Jazakallah khair for listening. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.